Hi, my name is Steve and I'm the facilitator for the Manchester Tantra workshops for gay or bi men. And I'd like to talk a little bit about what we're going to be doing next Sunday, the 9th of December. The theme for our meeting is going to be tantric play. So I just wanted to say a little bit about playing and about freedom. Freedom is one of the ways of looking at Tantra, that it can be a pathway to freedom. And there's perhaps two ways of looking at freedom: freedom from and freedom to. Freedom from, we often come, perhaps particularly as gay or bi men, with a history of suppression, of denial, of feeling that we're restricted in some way, so we're wanting to break out, and at some point many of us will have broken out of the closet or feel restricted in that sense. So we have many things to be free from, but there's also freedom to, and that can sometimes be a bit of a challenge. So we might feel, well, we want to be not be this or get away from that, but actually if we're told, well, you can do what you want, we've got these limits, but within that, what can you think of? That can be a little bit challenging. That could be challenging in life, and sometimes it could be challenging in our sex. And as a result, we can perhaps stick to the familiar, perhaps the less anxiety provoking. What we've done before, we'll do again, and that could be in long-term relationships, getting into a rut, but also it can be in short-term meets. If we have a series of one meet after another, maybe through Grindr, maybe in saunas, and actually the pattern can be very much the same, maybe a little bit like a porn movie or something. We're free, but how free are we really? So this is going to be an invitation for us to set some limits, set some rules, if you like, for the workshop, for the time we have, but actually to play within that. Obviously this is going to be an adult play, but many of us, perhaps not all, but many of us can look back to childhood, and at some moments at least, we would have played. We would have had a freedom. The child in us, the child that we were then, could actually make things up and actually not have any particular purpose to that other than having fun. And that as adults can be difficult. We feel that things, we have to spend our time wisely, we have to have a purpose. And that can happen too in Tantra, that we think there must be some higher spiritual realm that we should be struggling to achieve. And actually the idea of letting go, sitting back and saying, well, just see what happens. We've agreed what our limits are. You could talk about this with a person, say in a workshop, or maybe again with your boyfriend, or in a relationship, or a meet. But actually within that, just do what you want. And so this is a chance to practice that kind of freedom. And the suggestion made in Tantra is that we use our bodies, or we could use sensual energy and sexual energy to explore our being, to explore our possibilities, but that can connect to our life. And that what's happening in our sex can be happening in our life. And if our sex is becoming routine, predictable, in some ways restricted, well, maybe there's some echoes of that in our general life. So while the workshop on Sunday hopefully will be enjoyable in itself, and it'll be a lovely time for everyone, a lovely safe time, maybe there's some things we'll be able to pick up. Well, yeah, maybe I could do things differently in my wider life. Maybe there's some things that are within my power to change. So I hope you'll be able to come. I said it's on the Sunday afternoon in the same place as before, but it's a different time on this occasion. There are still spaces for you to book, and I look very much forward to seeing you in a few days' time. Bye for now.